Well, here we go, our first real taste of fall. This is what everybody has been wanting, and guess what? We've got it as we go on through this week. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. This is that first taste of fall we've been talking about. We've been dealing with the heat and humidity pretty much since early June. High dew point air is in place, allow us to have the very heavy downpours, and as a result, we've cleared that humid tropical air mass out of here. Temps, humidity levels, more fall-like for us here, even though we're still technically in summer, at least until 10:49 on September 22nd is when the the autumnal equinox happens here. Now, what we're going to be dealing with, though, over the next couple of nights are going to be chilly. In fact, I think tomorrow night could be having some upper 40s show up in some of the deeper inland spots. Meanwhile, we're also going to be looking at a chance to dry out. As I mentioned, all that rainfall we've had here recently. 5 straight days of no rainfall for us here in eastern Carolina. The weekend could be a little bit in doubt, but we'll talk about that in just a minute here. Here's Storm Track 12 forecast as far as the temperatures are concerned. That's going to be the big deal this week. Now, you'll notice high yesterday, New Bern 79 degrees, should be 85. And this is going to be the trend as we go on through the next couple days here. Sunshine, temperatures into the upper 70s and low 80s, overnight lows into the 40s and 50s. Again, we're not going to be setting any records, although 52 tomorrow morning, that's a record low temperature. We'll have to see if that's going to be in jeopardy or not. Again, take a look at Future Track here. You'll track the forecast with those temperatures, upper 70s to near 80 degrees for highs today. Notice temperatures tonight, a little bit warmer at the beaches into the 60s and 70s, especially along Hatteras. But inland spots, this model's showing near 50 degrees. I think maybe even 5 degrees cooler than that, just because we're going to have clear skies and light winds, good radiational cooling night for inland locations. Then as we go through the day tomorrow, a couple degrees cooler, talking about mid-70s as opposed to upper 70s and low 80s for top temperatures tomorrow. Now, as we go flying around, this is the reason why that we've had this change of air mass. The cold front swept through here Saturday into early Sunday morning, has taken all this tropical air that's been in place the last 6 weeks along with it. As a result, it's also blocking Leslie, not allowing that storm to make its way back towards us. In fact, it's going to direct it more towards Newfoundland. But our weather pattern is dominated by this big Canadian high pressure, and this is going to be our big weather feature as we head on into the weekend here. This is gradually going to make its way over towards the northern mid-Atlantic states. For us, we'll see a bit of a northeasterly wind in here, so continuing to keep that cool air in place, that'll allow us to have these nice, refreshing days and crisp nights. Here's what the jet stream looks like here. Again, notice our flow coming out of Canada here. So most of this summer, we've been stuck with this southwesterly flow, bringing that heat and humidity in here for us. We've got this nice, cool, refreshing Canadian air mass that is in place, and that's going to be with us through the next several days here. Now, you do notice kind of the ridge starts to rebuild. Notice by Tuesday and Wednesday, we've got this ridge starting to poke its nose back in here. So we will get some warmer temperatures coming back in to the forecast here as we go on through Tuesday and Wednesday, and then eventually Thursday, as the upper level ridge kind of situates itself over us, we'll get the temperatures to return to normal. However, we're already starting to see the makings for next weekend as this next trough digs in across the northern plains, and that'll be rotating our way with another pocket of cool air with it as we head in through the weekend. It's going to be slow progress here, because you'll notice our future track does show here that the upper level ridge kind of holds along the eastern seaboard. That's going to retard and slow down this progression off to the east here. So it looks like Saturday should be okay. Maybe later in the day on Sunday, we finally get the pattern progressive enough that we can get that trough to come in here with showers and storms. Until then, though, look, you can definitely tell where the trough is across the eastern portions of the United States, keeping that cool, refreshing Canadian air in place. More seasonal, warmer temperatures back off towards our south and the west, and even notice going into Wednesday. Thursday, we return back towards normal. As we head in through Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, that's when we do start to get that next front coming in here, and you can definitely tell where it is. Look, Chicago, yeah, that's where the front is by Friday, and that tracks eastbound as we head in through Saturday going into Sunday. I think will be the cooler day because of the rainfall in here, which is important because we've got the powerboat race taking place in Morehead City this weekend. Look at Future Track here, showing you the direction of the arrows of the wind, keeping that cool, dry Canadian air in place. Meanwhile, that northeasterly wind may bring a few more clouds, especially east of Highway 17 going into Wednesday. I think any rainfall, though, should stay well off the coast and not be a bother for us here. Speaking of well off the coast, we've got two storms that we've been tracking now for like the last week, it seems. We've got Hurricane Michael, Category 1 hurricane, very tight and compact. Again, this is the front that went off the coast here, is blocking Leslie. Leslie's going to be headed up into Newfoundland. And we're also keeping our eye down here at a pretty good tropical wave coming off of the African continent this later this week. Potentially could be upgraded to Nadine. But it looks like this will be another fish storm that will not be impacting us here in eastern Carolina. That is for sure. Now, as far as Leslie is concerned, it looks like its greatest impact is going to be to Newfoundland late tonight going into Tuesday morning, as we do see a pretty strong tropical storm headed for them. And then as it continues its trek through the North Atlantic, how about headed up to Iceland and Greenland, as far as impacting them before it gradually dissipates here. Yeah, you can definitely tell, though, Leslie's effects are going to be weakening on us here as we see the swells coming down. But remember that area of low pressure I tracked? Yeah, our forecast models are picking up on this potentially could be Nadine, as it does stay well east of Bermuda, but still another named storm as we head on through the next couple days, and we do expect our wave heights to start coming down in that 3 to 5 foot range as we go on through the rest of this week. So we've got the golden ice on the forecast here with plenty of sunshine, crisp, cool mornings, refreshing, low humidity days. Turn the AC off and open the windows up, as we do have a nice stretch of weather coming our way. In fact, the nicest we've seen since early June. I'm Storm Track 12 meteorologist Les Still. Have yourself a good Monday.